get into it. You're doing some homework right now. That's probably a good thing. Get some learning done. Yesterday's chemistry lesson, heat makes batteries explode. About a 2 out of 10 would not recommend doing. Oh, apparently I'm playing the Game Boy. It's not exactly what I would like to do right now. The frick? Oh. It was like, how on, what? No, stop. Controller, what are you doing? It's like, how did my character turn black? I don't understand. That was an interesting first encounter. Thaddeus Monks, thanks for the sub click. My apartment feels oddly quiet. My kid is down for a nap, but that shouldn't last too much longer. I think we got like a half hour tops on that. But I'm keeping an ear out for him just in case. I'm gonna go check on him just in case. Turns out, he was awake. I thought I heard stuff. Oh goodness. There. That's a good place for you, dude. Hopefully y'all are doing great, though. I'm a little sad that he decided to wake up right as I was getting down for a stream, but oh well. Such is life. Hey, Brock. Welcome. Not a whole lot of anything, really. We're just vibing. Grinding out some encounters while we can. Gonna strive for a nice 2-hour long stream here. Ian, welcome. We're gonna go put Baby Coin down to play here in a second. Alright. Bitcoin is playing now. And he's got some Pokemon on to watch. Next week, DLC Part 1. This is true. This week, Paldean Winds. What is Paldean Winds? Is that a card pack? You've had horrible luck on the Mewtwo raid and you've given up. 7 out of 8 times yesterday you tried. First Ifine. Oh. I was not frozen one time the entire time I did the raid. That's terrible luck. Oh, short anime. Shart for short. I didn't mean shard. Oh well, it made for a funny situation. Oh my gosh, Ian, Mimikyu fan, you guys missed it yesterday, I think. I was taking apart a Game Boy Advance while shiny hunting and Game Boy Advance game, trying to replace the battery in it. Didn't have one with the terminals connected, so I took the terminals off of one and was soldering them to the new battery. Not my finest work. I exploded a lithium battery on stream. It was great. Hey, Ruby Swirls. Welcome, and Determination, welcome. And Mimikyu fan, yes, shart is a word. It's more of slang, really, but it's for when you think you have to fart, but you get a little bit more than you expected. Best of luck, Ruby Swirl. I am currently trying to blow through a Japanese copy of Pokemon Emerald to see if I can get a shiny Mew to trade on up to do the Mewtwo raid with. Sharted. Because basically it follows the same conventions as fart. Farted. Farting. You love Arceus? Arceus is pretty cool. Your right front paw is bleeding and swollen? Swollen? Ooh, that's no good. Any reason that you think of for the cause of that? Fleas. Ah. I feel like getting rid of fleas and a cone to prevent the licking should be doable, but I'm no veterinarian, but we'll keep it in our thoughts. Yeah, fleas are bad business. Infection, yeah. I mean, if it's a really bad infection that antibiotics can't help get over, then that definitely becomes a problem pretty quickly. Yeah, hopefully a Mimikyu fan. Like, I feel like, depending on its severity, it should be pretty treatable, but I can't see the situation at all, so just based on the root causes, should be treatable. But how's everybody doing today? We had a few chatters there for a minute. They don't give flea shots anymore, just other stuff? Okay. I feel like, generally speaking, they usually have stuff that goes outside the dog for fleas, like a collar that helps keep the fleas away due to something in it that smells that fleas don't like. It's been a long time since I've had a dog, though, so I'm not the freshest on what they got going on. I haven't had a dog in close to a decade now. Eating ice cream? I'm kind of jealous of that. Right, the cone of shame. I was wondering about that, because being a front paw, you would need quite a substantially long cone to prevent that. Tried it. Gotcha. Yeah, you would need like an obnoxiously long cone to prevent that. Life good dig. I feel like eventually I would have. If you talked enough, I would probably put 2 and 2 together. But it would have taken me quite a while. Oh, I saw earlier you typed that. Yeah, I saw that you had typed your name was David right at the very beginning. Excuse you, controller. Oh, just to let you guys know, throughout the week, I will be uploading some of my previous shiny hunts as shorts. So don't be surprised to see more shorts come up on the channel. Hotaru, no, you do not. I don't believe on any of these switches I have Dialga or Palkia in my party. Wanted to make sure I remember you. It'll take a while for that to happen, David. As far as new names on Twitch and whatnot. I'm not super great with name changes. Oh shoot! It's Wooper Spotlight Hour right now on Pokemon Go. Also gotta catch a wild Quaxley, apparently. Hey, Kells, welcome! You have yet to get Giratina and BDSP, still working on Darkrai. Don't own Shining Pearl cart. Yeah, these... Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is really testing my patience with shiny hunting. I've only had 2 out of the, like, 6 or so I feel like I've hunted that have been sub full odds. Like, most of my encounters have taken over 4,096. Okay, controller, I'm about to freaking yeet you across the room for having drift. You are watching Shiny Hunts on YouTube? Yawn. I would definitely love to find this in the next 300 encounters because I do want to have a 3,000 range shiny hunt, you know? $10,111 resets, and Arceus took 772. So far, my longest one is like 7820. Oh, there's so many Whooper here. I'm just gonna check and make sure none of them are shiny. I feel like a Whooper Spotlight, it would have been perfect to have a Paldean Whooper jump in there as well. That's a decently long shiny hunt there, Hotaru. I love it, Mimikyu fan. I love it. Name it Barney. Oh, I believe it. Non-shiny Clodsire is indeed Pooper. Been an active hunter since Gen 5 and yet to organize all shinies into a shiny living dex. Dude, I feel you there. I primarily started with Sword and Shield, but I've been going back through some of the older games. I already have a shiny Giratina, to be honest. It's been since Gen 2, very nice. What hunt do I think will be the longest shiny hunt? I'm hoping Shaman is going to be my longest. I'm hoping that Arceus will actually be pretty quick. I too have been playing since Red and Blue. I just never really got into the whole shiny scene, except for, I mean, we knew that in Generation 2 shinies existed, and that was really freaking sweet. I just never had gone out of my way to try and find them before, despite how much time I dumped into playing those games. Never tried hunting for shinies until Legends. You hunted the golden Bellsprout as a kid? Very, very nice. Only shiny I had up until Generation 8 was Gyarados. Now I have loads. You've considered hunting for shiny Lunala in the Max Caves? Best of luck there. Oh no. What prevents your console from being fixed? I assume it's a 3DS. What's wrong with it that can't be fixed? Due to console packed itself. Did you brick your 3DS on accident? Oh, yeah, that Gyarados was not a hunt. It appeared naturally. That's why I didn't really get any shinies until Generation 8. Never really took the time to go for it. I was more focused on completing the decks. Hello, JJ. Welcome. I'm genuinely invested in your 3DS issue with why it can't be repaired, because I'm actually have a 3DS on order that I'm going to mod, and I'm also going to install a capture card into it because I found somewhere to buy one. And of course I got to install it myself, so that's going to be an ordeal. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I had a thing going where my parents would get me, like, say, back in the day, I got a Game Boy Color for one Christmas, and they got me Pokemon Silver. My grandparents that same year got me Pokemon Gold for Christmas, and I think because I was a little bit behind, my parents also got me Crystal for Christmas. So I was always set up in a place where my parents and my grandparents communicated Christmas gifts with each other. Like, hey, we're getting him this system and this game. Can you get him the counterpart game to this? And so I always had both games growing up. And because of how everything worked, I got a GameCube with a Game Boy player and a Game Boy Advanced SP when those came out when I was in like 3rd grade. And so I was able to trade back and forth between those two using that. And since my brother had an original Game Boy and I had a Game Boy Color, you could link and trade that way. So I always just traded with myself. It shows a black screen and turns immediately off. Ooh, that's not good. Anything special, Hotaru, anything special happened to your Switch or your 3DS leading up to that? Like any drops, water damage, anything like that? Ruby Swirl, do you mean like with Austin John Plays video on how you would type in 001, 009 if you wanted to trade a Bulbasaur for like a Blastoise or something? I'm not sure. that's how you completed the Dex in SV. That makes sense. And David, yeah, that's pretty par for the course for Twitch. I don't get a lot of views on Twitch. Hey, JJ, you have a great one. Thanks for popping in. I, too, hope I find my shiny. We're a little less than 300 encounters left before I hit the big 4,000, so I'm hopeful that we'll find it before then. "2DS console, you don't think you have any fixing tools set up to fix personally? May try some point to equip yourself." Yeah. I happen to have all the tools necessary to fix it. I just... having a power off issue is very interesting. My first instinct would be to swap out the battery / charging port, see how dead it is. Sometimes if you can swap a motherboard and have it still work, then you can figure out, well, was it the motherboard or did something else go bad? Yeah. Oh, well, glad we could help you out, Ruby Swirl. Until the DLC comes out, then we'll have more Pokemon to go and obtain. This is true. See, I always thought it would be interesting if, like, the Pokemon Company decided that they were going to release Pokemon more as DLC to the games. Like, I don't want them to do this, but at the same time, I want more Pokemon, so, like, I have mixed feelings about it. I don't want Pokemon to be a pay per Pokemon thing, but like I'm surprised they haven't tried it yet. Just like, hey, we have this new Pokemon coming out. Kind of like how you buy research assignments in Pokemon Go. Like, everything's going to be like a microtransaction in the future, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen. Then again, when your audience is primarily children, you're not going to make a lot of money having microtransactions in all your games. Life is... David had a trade with his uncle in BDSP to complete the Pokedex. I believe it. One of these days it would be interesting to see if I could really get my wife into Pokemon. Hey, Hotaru, thanks for hanging out. You have a great one. Do I want to adventure with Sprigatito, Quaxley, or Fuecoco? Like, initially I'm inclined for Spriggs, just because Spriggs is my boy. Let's do it. Spriggs it is. Phone almost dead. Best of luck with that one. Put it on the charger, dude. Uh-oh. Baby Coin's not happy anymore. Let's see if his jumper will make him happy. You wanna jump? Oh, that's part of the problem. Alright, we're back. I need to collect some of the Pokemon movies. I have 1, 2, 3, and I recently bought 2 4-pack movies. And I haven't really investigated what is in them because I know there's movies that come out before them. And I know the next movie I need to watch in sequential order is Pokemon Forever. So I've kind of put off watching the ones I bought. Because I also kind of want to watch them in conjunction with the anime, because while there are some differences, like, they, at least the first 4 movies tie in directly to the anime as far as Ash's team and where he's at. So I haven't seen any Pokemon in theaters. I saw the Yu-Gi-Oh movie in theaters, though. That was cool. That's why you have the Ancient Mew card. I wish I had one of those. Maybe one day. Hello, David. Why does everybody ask me how long the stream will be? Like, I actually have a plan. Like, honestly, I don't have a plan. My life is dictated by a baby right now, so that's always going to be my answer to the question, how long will this stream be? I would assume you got another Pokemon card of some kind, because America was too lame at that point in time to do giveaways inside the games with that stuff. But yeah, as far as stream lengths are concerned, the verbatim general answer is generally going to be 2 hours unless the baby decides otherwise. And if we can go longer, great. If we have to go shorter, that kind of sucks. Chrono Mew. Hey, that's a pretty good nickname. I very rarely nickname my Pokemon. I let the stream chat nickname a few of my shinies one time, but usually I don't nickname shinies or any Pokemon. You switched back over to Twitch, or are you watching both, David? Swap, I gotcha. Yeah, I just never really get attached to my digital creatures enough to nickname them. It's not like it's a pet dog or anything. It's like calling my Pikachu Pikachu is good enough for me. I mean, okay, I guess the Pikachu, the Gigantamax Pikachu we do get, I think I nicknamed it Chunkachu, but it's very rare that I'll nickname Pokemon. I can see that, David. Pikachu name is Volt. Same, Ingles. I only nickname on occasions. You hated Pikachu since then? Dang. That's crazy. Pikachu be out there causing seizures and crap. Although the anime's old enough that, like, it happened before we really knew that that was a thing. Porygon is a victim. Isn't that the episode that that happened in? Is the Porygon episode? I know the Dratini episode was canceled in America because, like, the game warden had a gun. And I think the Porygon episode was canceled because of the seizures. It's the Porygon episode, David. There's a few episodes in the original series for Japan that didn't get translated over to English because they couldn't be aired on free TV. Porygon is pretty great. Was never my favorite by any means, but it was pretty great. Oh, Gengar definitely has to be in your team. Like, there's no way to play Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow without Gengar. Even though, like, it's weakness prone and all that, gotta do it. Yawn. I gotcha, Mimic Fan, being a ghosty type. Makes sense. I gotcha, Angles. I like some Gen 2 Pokemon. Gen 3 is where it's at for me though, but like I like them more than the newer Pokemon. Although some Pokemon were done dirty by the 3D adaptation instead of the 2D sprites. Typhlosion, yep. Definitely looked cooler before the transition, that's for sure. I know what he's after. He's gonna need a bottle. Alright, Baby Coin's dinner has been taken care of. You share your sister's Twitch account? Okay. Interesting flex, but I'll take it. Yeah, Typhlosion definitely looks interesting in Legends Arceus. That's for sure. It looks a lot slower. Marshadow, Celebi, and Jirachi. My reasoning is as follows. Mew is overrated. I'm gonna change Jirachi to Deoxys, because I forgot Deoxys was technically mythical. Jirachi wasn't really well marketed. Manaphy and Fione just suck. Shaman is lame. Darkrai, I think, is overrated. But pretty cool. Victini, not very well marketed. Pretty obscure. Meloetta, just lame in general. Marshadow, pretty dope. Zeraora, Volcanion, not really. I mean, they're pretty obscure. Less so on Zeraora's side. Just the run of it was so short. And it was a Gen 7 Pokemon, like, those didn't do super great. Hoopa's pretty cool. But again, one of those ones that, like, haven't been done enough, so, like, you really didn't have the most access to it. So it kind of just is so old now at the point that I really can't get attached to it. Diancie was cool. I really liked that one. That one was easily obtainable. That one would be my fourth choice for mythical. Zarude, not that great. Magearna, pretty lame. That's basically my reasoning for Deoxys, Celebi, and Marshadow. You like Zeraora because of Pokemon Unite? Fair enough. That's a good argument. Zeraora is pretty cool. I don't know. I just feel a lot of the mythicals were only mythicals because they were planned to appear in a movie, but like there was no attachment behind them. No real epic lore in the game behind them. Magirna, the best typing in the world. Isn't it Fairy Steel? Do we have a flying ground type yet? That's probably Landorus, isn't it? Magirna really helped out in raids when all the bots are dying. Exactly, Angles. That's what I'm saying. Like, they announced the Mythical, and it just dies. Like, it wasn't ever really anything special. Like, Mew and Celebi, right? There is evidence of their existence from out the very beginning of the game, and something in the game that ties to them. And Jirachi has vague allusions to it in the game, and even Deoxys had some. Darkrai had an integral spin-off story point for it, along with Arceus, of course. Arceus definitely had some lore established behind it. But once you get past Generation 4, the Mythicals have no lore attachment to the game themselves. It's almost like a, hey, this Pokemon should be in the next generation, but because we want to promote this movie, you can now get it in your copy of the game. Like, Generation 5, Victini, never heard of it before the movie came out. And they're like, oh, by the way, you can get this Pokemon in your game now. Meloetta, same thing. Actually, I think Meloetta might have had a small reference in Castella City. That one I'm not confident on, though. Zoroark had a better mythical status in Gen 5 than the Gen 5 mythicals do. Keldeo freaking came out of nowhere. Generation 6, I do feel like Deoncé had some semblance of rumor happening, but Volcanion and Hoopa definitely did not. Meanwhile, Genesect did have some good content inside Gen 5. You are right, thanks for that reminder. Genesect did have content inside of Gen 5. In Gen 7's Mythicals, same thing. Zeraora and Magirna. Well, Magirna might be 6. I can't remember. No, it was 7. But, yeah. Zeraora didn't really have any sort of tie into the game. Neither did Zarude. And as far as mythical goes for Scarlet and Violet, do we have a mythical yet? I don't feel like we do. I mean, one would assume it's going to be that freaking turtle Pokemon, but at the same time, because it's a main aspect of the DLC, I can't hardly imagine them being able to use that one as the mythical. So I think that one is just going to be a legendary. Because, you know, the thing with the DLC is, it has to be playable and make sense every single time you play through the game, regardless of whether you can get the mythical event or not. So I'm wondering what our mythical for Gen 7 would be. Or, sorry, Gen 9. And of course, once we know our mythical for Generation 9, we can start speculating as to what Generation 10 will be. The speculation on Gen 9 was actually a lot of fun for me to cover on the channel. Like, hey, we have oranges, we have grapes. These are the color schemes. What's it going to be? Where are we going to be at? And we all guessed that we were going to be in Portugal and Spain. That was really fun. Oh, Mimikyu fan, we will be getting a mythical. Like, there's no question about that in my mind. Out of 9 generations, only one doesn't have a mythical Pokemon yet. And that's because we just got the game. I think Deoxys is probably the best mythical, even though it's more accurately an Ultra Beast at this point. And you cannot convince me otherwise. Okay, so I usually hate on Ultra Beasts. Like, I do not like the Ultra Beasts at all. That having been said, I believe Deoxys and Eternatus are Ultra Beasts. It's the only explanation for why they're Pokemon, but they're not Pokemon. And by that logic, we can also extrapolate that Clefairy may also be an Ultra Beast, not a Pokemon. The difference is Clefairy can breed. I didn't really care for it because, like, I thought that Pokemon was making a desperate move by putting in Ultra Beasts, because to me, they seemed more robotic. And, like, that's the last thing I want to see Pokemon do, is run out of ideas and go mecha. And that's kind of what they did with Scarlet and Violet with the Paradox Future Pokemon. They're all going mecha. And it's like, really? Are we going that unoriginal that we have to go to robots to make Pokemon? I think it's stupid. Ultra Beasts kind of had that metallic alien Digimon-esque Yu-Gi-Oh! Bullcrap going on. Not that Digimon was bad. Digimon's great in the Digimon world, just not in the Pokemon world. I always liked Pokemon more because for some reason to me it felt more realistic and possible. But yeah, Deoxys is basically coming through space. It could have came from an Ultra Wormhole. Same thing with Clefairy. Eternatus, there's no way you can argue that Eternatus is not an Ultra Beast. I think it's just an Ultra Beast that came out that made its home in Galar and caused the Darkest Day. Like, it explains so much. Oh, Mitzi, welcome. Sorry to see that your Switch screen protector broke. You think Eternatus was banished similar to Giratina? Listen, what if Eternatus is the Ultra Wormhole version of Giratina? Because, I mean, if you look at Origin Form Giratina, there's a lot of similarities between it and Eternatus. Giratina got mad and sent Eternatus to Galar to cause havoc. Eternatus is kind of cool. I like that we had a Poison Dragon legendary, but at the same time, I feel like it was pretty weak. Maybe next gen. In an alternate world where Flygon was a bug dragon instead of a ground dragon. A dragon, or a bug that can resist fire would be pretty cool with the bug dragon. I have not watched any Gen 9 anime. David, the answer to your question is because the Pokemon Company and i.e. Game Freak hate us. In other news, I cannot believe this Galar bird shiny giveaway has as many views as it does. It's been out almost 2 days and it has a week's worth of views. It's like it's 6.4K. Maybe it'll get me back into the 12,000 view range by the end of the week. I don't know. That was fun when that was happening. Getting 10,000 views a video. Cerulege is cool anywhere it is. Cerulege is just awesome. That very well could be, Ruby Swirl. Eternatus and Ultra Necrozma are some of the 1,000 hands of Arceus. Although I think canonically we are to understand that Unknown are the arms of Arceus. Oh, maybe. That's a good call out, Ruby Swirl. Like, that could be what they're after. Oh my gosh, Angles, that would be amazing. Unknown true form. Personally, I would love nothing more than have a Hiragana set of Unknown. I think that would be legit. I want a Japanese character themed Unknown. Because, like, it's so bizarre to me that they made Gold and Silver, they made 26 Unknown, but, like, the games are native in Japan, so they easily could have made Japan characters. I understand why they did do letters for romantic language, because more languages would be able to utilize those. Just look at the Sinjo event. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the Sinjo event entire thing was the Unknown in their connection to Arceus. We have 7 more resets before we hit 4,000. Back to grinding raids for your 4 Oricorios again. Best of luck. Wait, does Scarlet and Violet have the items, the nectar needed to change Oricorio forms? Oh my gosh, the ruins of Alph were so cool. In the shop, okay. It would have been a bit broken. Now that there's Fairy, I feel like they could give it to him without consequence now, though. Also, guys, I'm super excited that we are already a quarter of the way to the next 1,000 mark. We're at 18,275 subscribers. And I'm hoping that through some finagling on my part, by the end of the month, I'm hoping to get to 20,000. We will probably get 19, but I feel like with an extra push, we can get to 20 early, which will mean we can redo mythical giveaways a little bit earlier, which will be fun. Delibird Presents has the nectar, has the goods. I'm hoping that when I get all my stuff here in the next 2 weeks, I should have all my ducks in a row to really optimize making some content for a little while. I got one doing on a GameCube build I have going on. I got a video for some modifying a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advanced, modifying a GameCube itself. So I'm going to have some extra content to bring in a different kind of viewer as well as maintain the ones we got so far. Just extra stuff. And then I want to start getting into more videos where it's like Pokemon random facts, did you know? And things like that. Pokemon glitches. I'm going to do the 8F glitch. And I'm going to record that. And I'm going to have fun doing it, I hope. As soon as I get my capture card installed for my 3DS, and I'm going to do a video on that too. I will probably be doing a video on how to modify a 3DS. Hey Raptor, welcome! If you are the one of the same Raptor from like a year ago, it has been far too long. Listen, y'all, I don't think we're hitting this Giratina before 4,000. I may be doing that, Mitzi. I am curious, like, I know they haven't showed us everything that we can do for the DLC. I want to make sure that we're not having, like, Dynamax adventure raids going on, like, in Sword and Shield, because, like, I don't want to do a giveaway for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl for Dialga Palkia Giratina if I could just do one in Sword Shield instead. So I'm kind of waiting and biding time to find out if it would be more beneficial to do it in Scarlet and Violet when those Pokemon are legal there. Because more people have Scarlet and Violet presently than Sword Shield BDSP. Giratina, if you are shiny in the next 20 encounters, I will use you against Arceus. Yeah, also, yeah, epic on the shiny Machoke. The nasty green boy it is. I don't know if Machoke's green, but Machamp is. Yeah, because Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, and Arceus, well, maybe not Arceus, but the rest are available in Sword Shield and BDSP. I want to make sure that I can do the giveaway where it will benefit the most people. Oh wow, we're at 15 viewers now. Thank you guys. I feel special now. The last 2 streams have been chilling at like 7, so that's definitely good numbers. Like I said, my goal is to get up to 50. Like if I can get up to 50 concurrent viewers per stream, I'm gonna do a Nuzlocke. You used Giratina against Arceus? That's awesome. Calling it at 4,010. Well, if it's that top right switch, you just may be right there. You only have Shield and Ruby? Like Omega Ruby? $448. I like it. Oh, Ruby the person. Ruby Swirl. Got it, got it. But you do have Scarlet and Violet, right? Oh, you have lots of versions. Okay, okay. Oh, I gotta show you guys this when this encounter gets over. Because I'm pretty excited about it. Shiny at 40-20. Maybe. Not happening. I finally fulfilled a brass coin childhood dream. I got the Intech GameCube screen attachment, and I am so excited about it. I cannot wait to play this, and what this will allow me to do effectively is shiny hunt on some Game Boy games while I'm at work. So that's really exciting for me. And like, I'll be able to record it while I'm at work. You're saying 5490? Please no. Be nice. I don't know why I just thought. I like 4048. I think that's a great round number. Kingsguard, welcome! Raptor, if I ever hit 100K, I think everybody can have a shout out. Oh my gosh, though. Seriously. I would love nothing more to hit 100K. It's going good. I feel really, really good about the hunt. I think we're doing good, making good time, and I'm excited about it. We just hit 4,000, so we're probably going to surpass full odds, so 4096. But still feel good about the hunt. Still, it's getting up there with the number of Darkrai encounters, but I still don't feel like Darkrai... I still don't feel like this is bad. I still think that I'm good. I'm probably still in the mindset of around 1,500, which is great. And maybe that's realistically because I've only done 1,000 encounters, or 1,000 resets. Just 4 times that. Oh no. Pokemon Black got jacked. That's no fun. You've had the Pokeball Magearna on your team since the giveaway I did? Well, glad I can make a semi-permanent member of your team. That's awesome. You want to give the Mew I traded the Mightiest Mark? It's going to be easy to do. I mean, honestly, since that Mew is specifically built to counteract that Mewtwo, should be doable. What I'm going to be doing in my off time is I am shiny hunting a Mew on a Japanese copy of Emerald. So I got to beat the game enough to get to the point where I can go to Faraway Island. And I am going to try my hardest to get a fully legitimate Mew up to Scarlet and Violet before the raids end. The one I gave you a little while back. Okay. Gotcha. The regular one. Yeah, that one was a while back. About a month, 2 months. As you can see behind my head, all of the versions on the DS are up there, and I'm only missing yellow version. Oh, I need to get me some mystery dungeons. That'll probably be some purchases for next year, though. I mean, I have a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on my Switch. I just want to get the original DS versions. My favorite Pokemon game I have ever played is Pokemon Sapphire. My least favorite Pokemon game I've ever played, that is a hard one. Going to get a lot of hate for this one, but I feel like the game that I liked the least was probably Pokemon Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Not taking into account Let's Go because it's a remake. So, Ruby Swirl, I bounce back and forth between Sword and Shield and the Alola games. And mostly, it depends on my mood, but being more analytical about it, I like a great number of the Pokemon from both generations. And Hop pisses me the freak off. No question about it. But at the end of the day, Sword and Shield still felt more like a Pokemon game. I hated that we got stopped every route. I hated Hop as a character. I loved Bede. I loved the Pokemon there. I did not like that it wasn't open, but no Pokemon game up to that point really was. But I feel like I didn't like the Alola region that much. The forums were cool, some of the Pokemon were cool, but the islands were just lame. Like, I feel like the game was really, really, really small. And they just made it seem bigger than it was by locking certain areas off at certain times and making you go back to them a second time or a fourth in some cases. And it felt really unorganic, the progression around the islands, because we weren't doing a gym challenge. There was no real reason why those challenges should have had to have been done in a specific order, you know? Same with the gyms, really, but it forced a pathway through the game without a good reason. See, and I was halfway through my playthrough of Pokemon Moon when Sun and Moon came out, because I got on those games like way late. And I was very, very disappointed that it was the exact same game. There is like no difference story-wise between Moon and Ultra Moon. Like, they just added Ultra Wormholes and called it a new game. I can't find a difference between the two games, really. And maybe that's because I haven't went back and played them looking for those differences, but I feel like the story progresses exactly the same. It's not like a Black and a Black 2 situation where you're a different person, or it's a sequel. No, this is Pokemon Moon, but Ultra. We added a little bit extra and called it a new game. It should have been a DLC. You are exactly right. That's how I feel about it. Like, you get to the end of the game, here's the DLC you earned by beating the game. I hated Prime Marina more than I hated Sobble. Are we not going to talk about how this guy gets paid for us to ask him questions while we watch his streams? To be fair and perfectly honest, I don't get paid for streams unless there's super chats. YouTube pays garbage for streams. Like, I think by the time I have a stream and it posts to a video on demand on the channel, I get like 15 cents. And that's just because of how streams work, I guess. The main income from streams is super chatting and memberships and stuff like that, which I'm not a big enough channel to warrant at this present time. Eventually, maybe I will be, and that is the point where I would be able to actually become a full-time YouTube personality, I guess. I don't feel like I'm there yet, though. I feel like I got a long road to go before then. And given the current climate of my channel with what people stick around for to get those views, I don't think that I will get there anytime soon. But I feel like 20,000 subscribers was the goal to see what that would bring in view-wise, but ultimately 50,000 subscribers is probably going to be the number I need to actually do full-time YouTube. Currently, through everything that I do, if I can save all of my money, the income of the channel is like 1/3 of what it needs to be to support me as a job. And that's being generous on the estimation side, because sometimes it's 1/6 of what I need. Sometimes it's a little over 1/3 of what I need, but most of the time it's like minus sub-third. So if I can triple what the channel is doing consistently for a year, that would be the indicator to me that I can go full-time with this. And really, when I think about going full-time with YouTube, there is a project in the background I want to have going to maintain and make sure that my family will be taken care of. And that's where I want to do that soda business that I'm talking about. Is that would be something that I own, but I don't have to run. That's the end game there. So I will need like a year of YouTube earnings to get that off the ground, at least. And if I can save a year's worth of YouTube earnings starting in January, I think by 2025, I will be able to go full-time YouTube. And that's my goal. There's also a lot of factors to take into consideration there as well, because by 2025, we'll probably be entering a new console, which will mean I need to repurchase the bots, assuming that we get bot capabilities on that new console. I doubt Nintendo will figure out a way to block it, but hey, who knows? Wait, Mitzi, what you talking about? Bro just exposed YouTube? And Ruby Swirl, to that statement, I don't get how anyone can always hate a Pokemon like it's just a fictional creature. I submit to you, Bruxish. I probably slaughtered the pronunciation of that name, but Bruxish. Bruxish. Let's see here. We're gonna add an image to the stream. Add source, browse. to downloads. Just to... This is one of the streams that I've done recently. I think it was 2 days ago. But 65 cents. That's the revenue that's gotten me. So, YouTube streaming, not that great for a payout. I caught a Bruxish only because the Pokedex said I had to. A guy used a Bruxish in a Mewtwo raid and won? That's awesome. Kingsguard, you have a great night. Yeah, so far the only reason why this Giratina is any annoyance to me whatsoever is that I want to be able to hunt Arceus and get out of shiny hunting on BDSP. But I might go to Heatran, I might do Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit, I don't know. But like, really at this point, it's just because I want to move on to the next one already. But mentally, I'm still doing great on this. I could probably go another 3,000 encounters and be fine. I don't want to, though. Two Mews and a Grimmsnarl to help it, okay. Now, do other Pokemon get the Mightiest Mark if you defeat the Mewtwo, or is it just Mew that gets it? I mean, sorry. Your Mewtwo will have the Mightiest Mark. Your Mew will get it, but do other Pokemon get the Mightiest Mark? Lightning Gold! I am here, entering the chat like a hero. Let's see that smile, Lightning Gold. You're gonna enter like All Might, you gotta smile like All Might. Yeah, if you defeat Mewtwo with a Mew, it gets the Mightiest Mark as well. You're staying because you don't know how much sleep you're gonna get tonight? Well, best of luck with that situation that you have going on there, Mimikyu fan. I feel like with BDSP, the secret of finding the shiny is just to submit to the game entirely and be okay with taking forever. In other news, I think I might be getting sick. I have a titch of a sore throat / ear draining issue going on right now. It's making my left side of my head hurt. Here's hoping I just slept too hard last night. That's a smart move there, Mitzi. Like, I really do wish I had, like, double the bots that I have to make sure that they go off without a hitch every single time, but I don't know if my internet could handle it, to be honest. would just like to submit to the world that I was able to do a shiny Mew giveaway to beat and counteract Mewtwo before Blaine's by a solid 2 days. So, neener, sir. Sorry, I gotta gloat when I can about that. He does, and it's because he lives in Japan and usually is a day ahead of us, so it's his evening time during our morning time. So when something comes out in the morning, our time, he's up and wide awake and ready to go. So I have to wake up at 4 in the morning to have a shot at getting a video out before I go to work. And if I know ahead of time that there's going to be some news dropping, it's easy enough for me to do. I only keep tabs on what he does so I know a general vicinity of where I need to be. Yep, I also watched some of Austin John's stuff. I love Austin John as a creator. Like, he's great. He's everything my channel strives to be. Like, of course, I've got to watch Austin John plays, a little bit of Blaine's, and a little bit of A-Drive. Because, like, realistically, I, too, am a Pokemon tuber. Like, their area, they each specialize in something, and my channel is kind of an amalgamation of all of it. Also, M&J TV, I watch a lot of them, because M&J TV and Blue Boy Finn are more of what I want to get into start doing, is these random factoid videos. I think they'll help my channel out tremendously. He was the first person you went to before you found this channel. Yes, I actually beat Blaine's on a lot of stuff that way. For two reasons, really. I run my bots myself. And I've gotten pretty good at figuring out how they break, why they break, and how to fix them. There are still some things that I cannot do. Mainly because I haven't had to yet. But that month when the Scarlet and Violet bots were down, I was able to get my bots up like 2 weeks before the rest of the world. Not the rest, you know, before an official release because of what I know. And that was even before Blaine's got his out. Heck yeah, I watch Mikey. M&J TV is like what made me want to do YouTube realistically. And Loxton and Noggin is another one that I watch. The problem with Loxton and Noggin is he's so freaking good and detailed at what he does. Like, there's nothing I can improve upon. And I don't have anything to add to his videos on the lore behind the creation of Pokemon. And I would love to do a series of that on my channel. Loxton and Noggin is really good. And, like, I'm subscribed to him, but I haven't seen him show up on my feed in so long. Purple Cliff and PM7. Yeah, I was just talking last night. I think PM7 is the reason why M&J TV has a J in it. Because I think it was Mikey and John TV when they were in high school, but M&J TV. And then Mikey took off with M&J TV, and Pokemon 7 did his own channel, I think. I could be completely wrong about that. It's just a guess. I would love to get in on a collaboration video with them at some point. I bet a lot of Legends Arceus playthroughs were hilarious. Just because it was so new and different and like anything could happen type of stuff. Yeah, Legends Arceus is pretty easy to get shinies in. Michael and Justin TV, okay. So it's not John from Pokemon 7. Okay, and this is going to be the last encounter for the stream, because it is 8:30 and we need to get Baby Coin ready for bed. And that is going to do it for the stream today. Thank you guys for hanging out, helping me have something to do while grinding through some mindless encounters. We'll have another stream tomorrow, same time. We'll catch you guys then.